What is goody, everybody? So in this video, I'm gonna be essentially just showing on what type of impact can Moses Brown bring for the Los Angeles Clippers. Like basically, and also I'm just gonna be like addressing like like could like could Moses Brown be like a backup center or is he just or we definitely need to go crazy just to trade for a backup center? Like, is Moses Brown trash? Is he good? Is he mediocre? Like, I hear a lot of mixed reviews in the Clippers community. Like, every time I would scroll down a YouTube comment or any social medias, I hear so many Clippers fans. They're in panic in the big man position. They just want to go all in to get a big man, whether it's Jared Vanderbilt, which is, I'm cool with that, or Miles Turner. Like, they be saying a lot of extra stuff, like they want to trade a pick or, like, to get, another big man. But basically, maybe you guys will still have the same opinion, or maybe your opinions can change after this video. But basically, I'm just going to be breaking down Moses Brown, like his play style and, what he can do and what he like is not the best at. So before I break in the films, I'm gonna give my personal thought on Moses Brown. I think Moses Brown could be a lot better than some Clippers fans would expect him to be. Like, yes, he's like pretty raw, and his skill set. He could definitely work on his skill set, but like he fits this traditional mold as like a really solid traditional big. He kind of fits like the Ivica Zubac type big man because like Moses Brown, he definitely does not have any traits of a modern big man, and he's even less skilled than Ivica Zubac. Like Ivica Zubac, on a side note, he's in my opinion, I believe that he's more skilled than a lot of people give him credit for. Like he does not just have a putback. He actually has his own hook shot, and his playmaking upside is pretty promising, and he's he's a good free throw shooter, so that's one thing we can appreciate Ivica Zubac for. But anyways, let's take this deep dive into film. All right, so first clip. So Moses Brown gets a putback. Just that's like I said, this is essentially Moses Brown game. He's like more of a traditional big. Like he just gets a rebound or and then just gets a putback, and then next clip. Moses Brown again. See, he essentially cleans us up over a player miss, which this is one big thing that he could actually bring for the Los Angeles Clippers because sometimes our players we would miss a lot of shots, and then Moses Brown, he'd definitely be a perfect rebounder for us. Like I know a lot of people they're gonna say Moses Brown he's not skilled or everything, but that's okay. He does not have to be a he doesn't have to be a Jokic or a Karl-Anthony Towns or a Miles Turner because one thing he brings that the Clippers would need is rebounding, and Moses Brown he doesn't get 23 rebounds for in the game for no reason, man. Like let's just say if Reggie Jackson would miss a shot pretty badly, or let's just say I don't know, for example, John Wall or Paul George or Kawhi Leonard would miss a shot, and Moses Brown he'd be the perfect guy to clean that thing up. But he does have a critical a little bit of flaw just because the way how he does when he just scores is just not really too creative. Like he's just more of a putback type of guy, but he would that would definitely get him some wide open dunks or everything like that. So this is his shooting form because Moses Brown does not really shoot unless when he gets in a free throw, and I'm not gonna lie, it does look a little bit concerning, or actually it does look pretty shaky. I'll admit. Just check how he shoots a free throw. So it's kind of like a one-handed type thing, but in this play it went in. But his free throw shooting, I checked in his stats line. He definitely kind of has the Achilles heels in free throws. So Like if there's one glaring weakness in Moses Brown, they could do just a hack a Shaq on him. Like his lowest free throw percentage is 37%, which is that's definitely not good. And then his highest, he did improve drastically. Like when he was with the Cavs last year, he was like 60% from the free throw, which is it's still shaky, but it's not like as bad. But there's still like he's pretty vulnerable to a hack a Shaq because like a player who plays really similar to him, Nick Claxton, like he had his ups and downs on free throws, and then when it mattered, oh boy, his free throw is a disaster. So if there's another big thing that most Brown can work on is just hit them free throws, man. Just hit them free throws. But anyways, next film. So let's see, Moses Brown, bam, again. That's just more of his game again. His game is just strictly the putback, the rebounding. So he's basically like he will be the ultimate janitor for the Clippers team, and I don't mean it as a disrespect, like like I mean the janitor that would like clean things up. Like he would definitely clean up like a lot of the missed shots. Like he would definitely provide the much needed rebound, and and man, that would definitely help a lot, man. Like again, like that's why I'm actually more of the type who's more like compared to other Clippers fan, I'm more open to having Moses Brown as our backup big because like he may not be the most skilled, but he ultimately brings that rebounding and also the shot blocking too. Like so he definitely like provides a need of a basic like anchor big. And the big weakness about the Clippers like last year is our rebounding was pretty shaky because Zubac, his rebounding is okay. It's like 8 a game, but um but now with the addition of Moses Brown, like I forgot to check his rebounding stats, I'll admit, but he does have a lot of spurts when he was literally rebounding 23 in one game, which is that is actually pretty darn good. So, if you have a 23 rebounds in one game, like you could definitely provide a lot for a team like the Clippers, and the Clippers will be gaining possessions more often and all that, and you know, like other teams will get less of the possession. So this is his shot blocking ability. So you can tell the upside is there. Like this is Patrick Williams. He just palmed it. He just palmed that bad boy. So there's another thing that he could definitely provide for the Clippers is the rim protection. Like Ivica Zubac, like he's essentially kind of like our only big man. So like he'll be a decent rim protector, but like his shot blocking is pretty good. But like Moses Brown, he would definitely help a lot with the shot blocking, and especially now we lost Hartenstein. Like, obviously, no kidding, we would much rather have Isaiah Hartenstein than Moses Brown, but unfortunately, Hartenstein got to get the money, man. He got a family to feed. Like, it would be nice if he took a pay cut, um, but who knows? We can make Moses Brown to be a significant, really good player for the Los Angeles Clippers. Like, if I had to say there's one thing that Moses Brown could do better than Hartenstein is obviously the rebounding and the shot blocking, but like Hartenstein is just a more of an all around type of center that would be so perfect for any teams, and obviously Hartenstein has more energy, while Moses Brown his energy is just meh, nothing really too like it doesn't really stand out basically, but he does provide some rim protection and some rebounding. So again, this is against R.J. Barrett. Just because Moses Brown, he has a long wingspan, and he could just, bam, that was a good block. So imagine guys like, let's see, who could, who could, who could possibly make similar types approach. Like let's say we face off. Let's just say we face off against um, let's just say we probably would face off against the Lakers, right? Let's just say like maybe LeBron would slash shoot a basket. And Moses Brown, he could all of a sudden just be there and he could just swat that ball out of his hand. Like so that's a pretty good thing about Moses Brown. Like I said, like I am repeating myself, but like it's just pretty necessary. So after all the films I just break down, now we're gonna do just like an overall like review, basically just the literal breakdown, and let me know if you agree with it or not. So basically, let's start with his strength. So one of his biggest strengths, he has the ideal size. So basically, he's 7'2". He has like I believe a 7'8" wingspan, which is that is incredibly long, which would result him to be the player who he is, and it relates to all the strength that he has. So number two, rebounding. Like he got 23 rebounds in one of the games, and he would have moments when he got 16 rebounds in games. Sometimes but he would definitely have those high rebounds moment. And a team like the Clippers, who would want some need in rebounding, Moses Brown, he could definitely help a lot with the rebounding solution. And then number three is his athleticism, like the thing that makes up for his like like his skill is athleticism. Like he has the athleticism to go up with the basket and to get a really good dunk, or he will use athleticism to get a good block. Number four, he's pretty good with the pickbacks. So he's basically kind of like your custodian or your janitor. Like let's just say like a player would miss really bad, he would be the guy who would clean it up and put that basket back. And again, Clippers again could definitely use a guy who could definitely help us with our second chance point. And Moses Brown just playing some maybe 15 minutes or whatever, just depends on how we do our center rotation. Like, you know, Brown could definitely put us up in the game, like just help us keep winning, or let's just say like when we're down, he would essentially give us our second chance point. So number five is he's a decent defender. Like sample size not too crazy like big, so obviously he'd probably get cooked in a pick and roll. Let's just say like Luka switches on him, but his rim protection is pretty like solid or heck above average. Nothing too much to say. Like the film just kind of shows it all that he's more of an interior guy, obviously. Number six, he's a solid guy who would basically box out. Like obviously, he has the big body, so he would box out and definitely get the rebounds. Even when someone would box him out, Moses Brown would be able to reach and just get the rebound. So like that's another plus for the Clippers. Now let's get to the weaknesses. So the weakness is definitely why a lot of Clippers fans are really skeptical about Moses Brown. Like he's definitely not the most skilled. So number one, I just say he's a traditional big, because what does like the average big man does before 2010? They just stand around the paint, just put the shot up, and then on the defense, they just stay inside. Moses Brown, he stays inside, and he just puts the thing up. So like Moses could definitely try to learn how to transform to be more of a modern big. Like doesn't have to shoot threes, but at least try to like work on like a little mid range shot, and also try to work on the footwork. Um, so number two, like I said, he could work on expanding his range. Like he could try to like him developing a 3 point shot is gonna be years away if I'm being honest with you, but like at least just essentially hit his free throws, which is like that's my number three. Like just at least like don't have the Achilles heels of being a bad free throw shooter, because like when he would get because when you're a bad free throw shooter during crunch time, they're just gonna hack the living heck out of you, and then you go to the free throw and you would just go DeAndre Jordan mode, and then the other team wins. And number four, yeah, he could definitely like improve his skill set big time, like get creative more with his shots, like I've been watching the highlight, and like for the people who kind of like who essentially like that would love to look for Flash. Moses Brown is definitely not the guy. Like he's just like kind of like really one dimensional the way how he like essentially like gets his baskets. Like it's mostly off of putbacks and dunks. Like if Moses Brown was a little bit shorter, like if he was like if he was 6'8", he would have been like I don't really want to say it, but it would have been a lot harder for him to be where he's at right now. But like Moses, like he definitely could try to like if he's not gonna shoot like mid range or like threes, like he could definitely work on having some hook shots in his games. Like he could try to like learn how to get a hook or just at least something like a little bit creative. And now let's get to the player comparisons. So basically, he is an extremely, extremely raw version of Rudy Gobert. Like, if you really think about it, like, one thing I kind of don't really understand too much about the Clipper community is, like, they were all in for Rudy Gobert when they heard him in the trade rumors. Like, they're willing to trade, like, essentially the whole team for Rudy Gobert, who's basically, like, a really advanced version of Moses Brown, if we're being honest with you, like, because he's more the type who he has the long wingspan, he has the big size, which makes him become a really effective Eiffel Tower. Like, no discredit to Rudy Gobert because he is a really good anchor man. Him and Karl-Anthony Towns are going to be really exciting to see. But Brown is essentially that type of prototype, but he's just really, really raw. Like, he's definitely not seasoned whatsoever. But maybe playing with John Wall is just definitely going to get his skills up. And the Clippers, they're really good at developing players. They essentially like their skills just grow pretty fast. Just look at Terrence Mann, Brandon Boston, Luke Kennard. Let's see, um, who else? Even Harnstein. Like Harnstein, he was like essentially in a Moses Brown situation. He was just considered to be like what, like a 10th man. He was considered to be like a journeyman, but all of a sudden now he broke out to be a really good role player. And Moses Brown, I could definitely see him break out in the same way. Like obviously Hartenstein is better because he's all around, but Moses he's like a rebounding and a shot blocking specialist, and the Clippers could definitely use that. And the most like the most rational comparison is Nick Claxton because again he fits the same prototype. He's just a shot blocker, a rebounder, putback machine. Just essentially that like it. They're not really like the most skilled. Like Moses Brown, he is agile for his size, so that is pretty impressive. But that's another comparison. Other comparisons I thought of is made like a Hassan Whiteside just for the same reason for these two, and also a DeAndre Jordan just because again the same reason. Like they're not the most skilled, but they're the type who puts the putbacks and get the rebounds and provide the shot blocking. But anyways, just let me know on what you think about Moses Brown. Like is he trash? Like or are you actually cool with him to be a backup big? Like my opinion, I think he could actually be a decent backup big because especially the rebounding and the shot blocking. But let me know down in the comments, and as y'all know, have a great day or have a great night, and I'll definitely get with y'all in the comment section. And as y'all know, peace.